For quite some time, I had been looking for a small camera that would perfectly fit the need for the secondary cam that I could use alongside my main video shooter, which is Canon M6 Mark II. Because even though it's a really good camera, but it's quite challenging to use this in situations when you are just doing face cam or live streaming videos. You want quick close-up shots with easy to set multiple angles so your viewers will see every single detail. And most importantly, which I use the most, the top-down or overhead shot, which is extremely tricky to set up and shoot with any camera that has similar form factor as Canon M6 Mark II. But now I think I have found what I'd been looking for. The camera that pretty much does everything. The OBSBOT Tail Air, an AI-powered 4K PTZ video streaming camera. Let's first start with the unboxing and see what comes in the box. And by the way, I'm also shooting this top-down shot with the exact same camera mounted on a cheap microphone boom arm, because it's just so convenient to mount this camera anywhere you like due to its small size and weight. And I had bought the first Tail Air camera a while ago with my own money, and they just sent in the second camera for the review purposes. This is a totally independent review, they're not paying me to make this video. The OBSBOT Tail Air comes in a small and sturdy carrying bag with a USB Type-C cable, a dual Type-C adapter for charging and connecting it to your computer or laptop at the same time, and a Type-C to Type-A adapter. Now, OBSBOT Tail Air is a tiny battery-powered 4K PTZ video streaming camera, which means that it can pan, tilt, and zoom. And this is a super convenient feature to compose the perfect shot however you like. OBSBOT Tail Air can be controlled and configured via Android, iOS, PC, and Mac. And its software is packed with tons of features and gives you full control for setting up things like different recording modes, ISO, shutter speed, manual focusing, and other composition features such as auto framing, in which it will track and zoom in the subject to properly fill it in the frame. Talking about subject tracking, OBSBOT Tail Air's AI integration is one of the best I have seen in a camera like this. If you're a solo content creator who just wants to record videos or do live streaming without much of a hassle, then you are absolutely going to love its AI tracking feature because it just latches onto you like an overly attached girlfriend or something. Now, if you're going to shoot outdoor videos, you also have an option to buy a set of ND filters for OBSBOT Tail Air to properly and correctly expose your final image by dialing up the required shutter speed. There are a few more accessories that you can buy separately, including a USB-C to Ethernet adapter for more stable internet connection, and my favorite, smart remote controller, which gives you a quick and easy way of controlling many different options. Now, autofocusing and good low-light performance are two of the most important features to look for when buying any camera, especially for a small form factor video streaming camera that usually has a tiny sensor inside. So the autofocusing performance of OBSBOT Tail Air, as you can see, is really snappy and smooth and has no apparent focus hunting. But I have often seen it struggling a little when there is not much separation between the stationary subject and background. So if you're sitting very close to the wall that has, different pictures or posters on it, I will highly recommend setting up manual focus just in case. There is another related issue that I would like to highlight here. If you're using OBSBOT Tail Air's built-in microphone, which has, pretty okay of a quality for an onboard microphone and has a noise cancelling feature and all, but during autofocusing, it will pick up a slight grinding noise coming from the focus motor. Now to me, this isn't that big of an issue because I always record my audio on a separate microphone, as you should too, because it gives you more flexibility to work on your audio in post. Now coming to its low light performance, thanks to its f1.8 aperture and a decently sized 1/1.8 sensor, it has a very acceptable low light performance. And that's one of the reasons I have seen OBSBOT tail air being used in many esport events as well. Like a while ago, I was watching Formula 1 Sim Racing Championship and they were using the exact same OBSBOT tail air mounted in front of every single driver. And even me personally, in my video production, which isn't that big or impressive of course, multi-OBSBOT tail air camera setup has become quite an important part. Now, another big concern for shooting 4K videos for very long duration is of course overheating. And although OBSBOT tail air did get pretty toasty from its bottom mounting plate at about 25°C ambient room temperature, it still kept on recording 4K 30fps video without any overheat warning for 2 hours straight, until finally the battery ran out. And this is something where even most of the mirrorless cameras struggle quite a lot, because they either overheat when you are recording for more than an hour or simply their battery runs out. And even if you find a way to make the battery last longer like I did with this massive jerry-rigged battery pack for my camera, you still cannot get rid of the overheating problem. Now I know mirrorless cameras have way better dynamic range because they have way bigger sensors, that's why they consume more power and hence why they produce more heat. I know this, alright? So don't comment that I'm comparing apples to oranges here. Because most of the time, all you're looking for are some filler shots that are gonna be quick to set up and will go nicely with your main camera. And as I have demonstrated in this video, if you're just a solo content creator like me, you don't necessarily need multiple cameras that cost thousands of dollars for shooting most of your video shots. This $450 to $500 camera, depending on the discount code or where you're buying it from, does quite an amazing job already. And if you think $450 is too much for you, then OBSBOT does have other much cheaper offerings in the form of webcams that also give you similar AI and tracking features. So this has been my in-depth review of OBSBOT Tail Air 1. Because OBSBOT has recently announced Tail 2 as well, which is catered more towards a very high-end and professional broadcasting standards. So hopefully, I'll be taking a deeper look at it as well in near future. So stay tuned, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.